I'm going to do.
All right, welcome everybody. We're going to, we got Ken Johnson back there hanging guns on his door. So welcome everybody. We got Ken Johnson here. We're going to talk Benelli rifles, some Franchi rifles. Just, you know, as unfortunately with the postponement cancellation of the Rice Creek event where we can't meet face to face, this is as good as we can do. So Ken, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Todd. I appreciate it. It's good to see you, man. I missed you.
Sounds good. All right, let's start off with the Franchi momentum, I guess, is probably where we should start. I know everybody's here for the Lupo. We're going to keep, as they say, we'll keep the best for the last. Well, let's talk Franchi momentum rifles. Why don't you run us through the, you know, I guess I would start with like the history of it, why they decided to go with a bolt action rifle, you know, what they were thinking there, and maybe the different models available. And let's talk the momentum.
Yeah, well, Franchi decided they wanted to get into the bolt action rifle business. They're well known for offering a very good product for the money. And so we came out with the best Italian bolt action rifle we could. You might compare this to a brand that starts with a T and ends with an A.
Okay. Got it.
And but it's a very, very good product. It's got aluminum bedding block, cold hammer forged barrel, sub MOA rifle, very, very good money in that sub $600 price point. So you can't really go wrong with it. And we offer it in a very wide variety of calibers, as well as finishes, camo stocks, Cerakote now in our Elite series. There's a lot to offer with that product. So.
Right, yeah, it's a really, really good rifle for the money, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I will also add that they actually went to the expense to add ice and mud grooves in the bolt. So your bolt, it's, you know, forward locking lug, great rifle, and
you can see the grooves in the bolt right there. Yep, yeah. That's what that's for. Right?
Yeah,
most people don't know what it is. Right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
So you can drop this gun in the mud and it'll still cycle. And anyway, great product at a very good value price point. So
that it is. All right, let's move to the Benelli R1 semi-auto. So I know we're going to do some screen sharing. So you're going to see some stuff pop up, and Ken will talk us through all that. But I know we've got a screen share on the Argo gas system, so Ken will talk us through all of that.
For sure.
There you go.
Yeah. So this rifle is so one of our only shotguns that we sell that is not inertia driven is our M4 M1014, which is the Marine Corps shotgun, and it uses this Argo gas system as its way to operate the bolt. And the reason it had to do that was because when you added weight, like night vision, shooting different loads, doing different things, we just couldn't get the inertia system work properly with that. So it had to be a gas piston driven system. And this is a dual. So you'll notice there's two pistons on this shotgun. So if one goes down, the other ones will still cycle the bolt. So it's a dual redundancy system. And we put the same system in our R1 rifle. And the reason that we still make semi-automatic rifles is that in Europe, driven game is still a big deal. And Europeans like to use dogs to drive stag, to drive pigs, to drive different things. And semi-auto is the way to go. So that's the reason that we still offer this rifle. We've customized it for the US market, but it's one of the most reliable semi-automatic rifles you'll ever get. And we make it in 338 Win Mag all the way down to 270. So there's a lot of options there.
And we just got a couple of the Pro models in stock. So we do have a couple of these in stock now, the walnut version.
Yeah.
We just got
those. And those have what they call a battue sight on them, which is a driven game sight specific to running game. If you like to shoot running game or whatever, it's very exotic, but with the wood stock, and it also has a progressive comfort system on it. So you get a lot less recoil out of it.
That we do. Other than that, that's pretty much it in the Benelli world, except we got the new Lupo that we're going to talk in depth about. So I know we got a lot of screen sharing we're going to do on this to show you guys close-ups of all the blow-ups of all the parts and pieces, and Ken will talk us through all of that. So we'll start that now.
For sure. Yep. So Lupo in Italian means wolf. So that's that's the first thing you need to know. Right. So that's the reason for the name. This is the model I'm showing. It's a 30-06, which is the first one we're actually delivering. So this is the Lupo rifle. Next slide, please. So very specific Benelli design, comes with our Comfort Tech system. If you guys are Benelli fans, you know the ethos, you know all the different recoil reduction systems we do. They're all non-mechanical. So we figure out ways to make the gun lighter and also recoil less. Comes with Comb Tech, which is soft cheek pad, protect your face from harsh recoil. It's got a good trigger. We have what would be normal for Benelli if you're a shotgun shooter, you know our adjustable shim system comes with that as well. We can lengthen the pull. We can also lengthen the pull and stop as well. So perfect fitting. We cryogenically treat the barrel. It's a cold hammer forged barrel, which all of our guns are. And so you get all the benefits of a cold hammer forged barrel, which I've been selling European rifles my whole life. So, you know, I'm always a big fan of this type of barrel. You get the air touch grip. And further, which is not on this slide, is these are all proof tested. So the difference between buying a European rifle and an American rifle is that there's a European committee that has standards for testing rifles. So we overpressure this rifle 2 times its normal pressure tests. And it's stamped and approved by the European committee, the CIT. So you'll always get a very safe rifle. And that's a big thing, you know, whether you get a barrel obstruction or anything else. Again, SBE3 patented Comb Tech. It's got an ambi safety on it. We have a steel and steel lockup. We can load cartridges from the top. Detachable magazine. Threaded muzzle comes standard. 3-leg front bolt. 3 lugs. Integrated trigger guard. Aluminum. So another difference in this rifle is that the forearm and the receiver, or the stock rather, are separate. So everything's separated. So your action actually sits inside of aluminum housing. So it's got a chassis. And that's very unique in the bolt action rifle market. Nobody else has this rifle. And then we can exchange, you know, we can do adjustable trigger. We can do, you know, there's a lot of different options on this rifle. We've drop tested it. We've done temperature testing, barrel obstructions, you know, driving projectiles inside the muzzle, mid, front, forward, bunch of different pressure tests, and it holds up.
Next one.
We tested this rifle with about 16, or I think it was more, but we picked the best 16 to kind of give you guys an idea of what bullets it shot better. But from 150 to 180 grains, we were getting sub MOA 5-shot groups every time. So, I mean, the rifle consistently is accurate. It's a solid, perfect hunting rifle. Again, this explains the bedding concept. The stock and the forearm are separate from the lower receiver. And again, this is very unique in the bolt action rifle market. We built kind of a hybrid chassis system, I would say, is the best way to explain it. Some people do like a full aluminum chassis, but we did it just in the around the action where it counts and where it mates up to the barrel. And the stock and the receipt and the butt stock and the forearm are, completely separated from the barrel 100%. So that helps with the accuracy 100%. Again, we also lighten the bolt. The bolt's easy to remove. There's a button on the side and it comes out, and it's slimmed down to lighten the weight of the rifle. These are your 3 lugs. And this gives you an idea of how it kind of mates up. And then this is just information about the magazine. It's a staggered magazine, pretty standard, but all synthetic. So you don't have to worry about rust. Dropping it, it's not going to damage the lips on the magazine. It's all squared away. So. And then this is just information about the trigger. You can adjust it. Yeah. So anyway, it's got a good trigger. And one of the things I think the next slide touches this. Oh, ambi safety. Okay. Well, push on. Yeah. This explains the bolt. Exclusive 4N. Yeah. So this just kind of highlights the fact that the 4N's not attached to the actual receiver. So if you are hunting in a situation where you have a bipod or anything like that, it doesn't affect the receiver itself. So it works independently of the receiver. So, one of the problems with bipod shooting or resting your barrel on something or your forearm on something is it can affect accuracy because it touches the action and the receiver. And we've eliminated that problem with this product. So this is your ergonomic stock and shows your progressive comfort system. And let's just keep flipping through these if you don't mind, Court. This will explain everything. Yeah. So this is your recoil reduction system. And shooting a 30-06 rifle with a 180 grain bullet can be a little punishing. 300 Win Mag, even more. But this basically makes it like shooting a 243, to be honest with you. Having the experience of having done that, it's actually very, very light recoiling, very comfortable, and really helps your accuracy in that regard. We have different comb heights. We can swap out this comb, just peels off, and we can put a flat comb on it if you want to do low rings. If you want to go with a big objective, like a 50 millimeter. I don't know, Todd. What are you guys selling these days? What are the big objectives?
Well, they get up to 60 is about as big as it gets. 50 is still kind of the norm, right?
Yeah. So if 50, or if you want a 60, if you want to go big, you're going to need high rings, and that's going to put you down below the scope, like looking inside the rings. So we have the ability to raise your cheek up so you can see through the scope more comfortably. And then we also have the ability for taller guys to, or longer limbed guys, whatever. I kind of go in the middle when I build my guns up, but we have the ability to lengthen your length of pull on this gun, fairly substantially. It's not going to really help your 7 foot tall guy, but there's a big difference between 6 foot and 6'4" when it comes to length of pull. So we have the ability to kind of change that a little bit. And also your length of pull and trigger. These guys do a lot of science. Believe it or not, they spend a lot of time thinking about this stuff, and it shows up in the product and the way it works. So. Yeah, and these are all your different cast options. So this is just really just kind of a recap. We got our Comfort Tech system. We got trigger reach extension system. We got ambi safety, steel on steel lockup. Our receiver. The big thing about this rifle, and the thing that really impresses me about it, is the fact that it's bedded aluminum on steel, and the stocks are independent of the actual action. And that's really the big difference. And that's what adds to our accuracy with this rifle. And, the better shooter you are, the better your chances are if you actually happen to come across that great deer. So this year, we're offering 30-06, which is shipping immediately. 300 Win 270 are coming just shortly down the road. And then next year, we're going to 6.5, 308, and 243. I will say that, in all disclosure, our factory in Italy has been shut for a little while. And so that's pushing everything back a little bit, but we don't know exactly when those things are coming. But this would be a pre-order opportunity for you. And I'm going to throw something else in. Todd, you want to lead in with that?
I can, yeah. Just remember on these guns, just call us too. Call us and get your pre-orders in. Like Ken said, the 30-06 will be getting pretty quick. The other calibers, just call us, get on the list. We'll call you as soon as the rifles are here. What Ken was leading into is he's going to offer anybody that buys a Lupo from Reed's is going to have the chance to basically win your money back. So you pay for the rifle. Ken is going to send these targets to us. We will include them with the rifle. You take the rifle, you do your best 5-shot group. You send the targets back to us. I believe it's by December 31st is the D-date. And
yep, you got it up there.
Whoever has the best target will get a Reed's gift card back in the amount of the purchase price of their rifle. So basically, you're going to get a free rifle. So Ken, you can fill us in on that a little bit more if you would.
Yeah, well, you have until the end of the year. Work up your hand loads. Play with your rifle. Find the best ammo for it. Shoot your best 5-shot group and send it in to us. And so, Todd, you can tell me, like, maybe you and Aaron are the committee that decides who's got the best 5-shot group. I don't know.
Those are the targets, you bet.
Yep. And and I'm donating a rifle to the best 5-shot group. I'd love to see some guys get on board with this thing and get after it. So
that's crazy.
Hey, what else?
Yeah,
what else have we got? Yeah, go out to the range and have a good time. So
right, for sure. I've got one question. I'm assuming the colors of the rifle right now it's black only. I'm supposed to be a while before we see some camos and stuff.
Yeah, we're like Henry Ford right now. If you can have it any color you want as long as it's black. So it's
black, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
we're doing the best we can.
In addition to means we couldn't do this up face to face, and any other. This is a copy of the flyer some of you may have. You've got the additional benefits. You You buy a rifle, you get an extra 10% off ammo. We're doing a 20% off optics with the purchase on a rifle and 30% off accessories, cases, cleaning, all that good stuff. So there are some added, features in there too that you get when you also purchase a rifle from us, along with the 5-shot group deal on the Lupo. That's kind of crazy. That'll be fun to see.
Yeah. I can't wait for the entries to come in. I think that'll be fun.
All right. That it will be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other questions? Actually, we'll probably take some time, open up the phone lines, the line. So if anybody's got any questions, they can ask Ken.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
And we can talk about shotguns too if you want.
Shotguns, yeah, we covered that once. But if anybody has any Benelli shotgun questions, throw them out there. We can definitely do that. Questions from anybody at all?
Looking like it.
No questions. What else we got typed in there?
Nothing.
Other than that, yeah, like I said, we just, right now we've got some great deals on all this stuff. As soon as the Lupos get here, we'll have the Rice Creek pricing on those. Just call us, 1-800-346-0019. Get your name in on the list. When those rifles get here, we'll give you a call. You'll be the first ones to pick them up. Like Ken said, hopefully the OT6s are shipping shortly, and everything else will arrive, as Benelli gets it produced and out the door to us.
Yep,
So,
for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're ready to get back to work, and looking forward to the fall and hoping everybody has a good hunting season and we can get back to normal.
That's for sure. Right, you bet.
Yeah, nice to do that. So
well, we bet that'd be great. But other than that, yeah, like I said, just give us a call. We're always here 7 days a week. We're answering the phone, so we'll take care of the phones. A lot of the prices and the deals, of course, we can't put on the internet or anywhere. So you got to call us to get the deals. 1-800-346-0019. We got guys standing by all the time waiting to take your calls, and we'll gladly help you out. And call us, like I said, get on that Lupo list. So when they get out here, we got them, and you'll be the first ones to get them.
that's right.
Other than that, thank you, Ken, for being here with us.
Thanks, Todd. I appreciate it, buddy.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight, too.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks. Stay safe.